And of course I put this here so I can't see anything. All right, there we go.
There we are.
Hey, Shane, what's up?
Hey, bud.
Come on, come in a little bit. Bring it in.
So you can see
Bring it in. Hey,
see both dicks.
See both dicks.
Dicks over done with.
Welcome to Dicks Over Dunwich. Thank you for joining us this fine Pennsylvania evening. The night was moist. We are playing just two men in an attic playing our favorite card game. Playing a send-off of their second favorite card game, transported into their first favorite card game. We are playing a custom scenario this evening, which was built by one of the fine folks over at the Mythos Busters Custom Scenario channel, a user named Jake R, who has given us some helpful tips on this, but I believe pretty much everything he told us is laid out in the rules cards. So he will also be watching and giving us any tips if we mess anything up. It's a custom scenario we've never played before, and we just built our decks. I'm going to tell the fine people a little bit about my deck. I'm playing as Ashcan Pete this evening. I don't think I have ever played as a survivor. I may have played as Wendy when we first got the game, possibly, but that's about it. I typically have only played Guardians. I started playing a Rogue recently. I've tried my hand at Mystics unsuccessfully, and Seekers is just not my bag. Yeah, not my bag at all. So I got a little Ashcan Pete action here, and really what my main goal with this deck is to keep Duke alive at all costs. So I've got stuff in here like Leather Coat to take the damage. I've got Cherished Keepsake to take the horror. I've got Scavenging to get those right back out of there. And then I've also kind of focused a little bit on keeping my resources down. So I've got stuff like Dark Horse, Fire Axe, and Madame LeBranch, which all kind of hinge on you having no resources. And then a couple things to kind of help me attack, some kind of emergency ripcord stuff. My weapons, other than Fire Axe, I've got Survival Knife, and Survival Knife is really here because I mostly expect to be attacking with Duke, and then Survival Knife is going to trigger during the enemy phase. Inspiring Presence to ready Duke, and then I threw in a Shriveling, just because I can. And then I've got my Rack by Nightmares, of course, and my weakness that Shane has seen, but I have not seen. So that's how I like to play it. And I'll come back on this console once we talk a little bit more about the setup.
Yeah, and I've got Finn Edwards right here. Maybe there. Hey, anywhere, whatever.
Wherever.
I play mostly Seeker. Seeker and Survivor. Generally, we min-max. He plays some kind of Guardian, and then I play Seeker. But I recently have been playing Finn Edwards a good bit because I love the extra action to evade. He despises evading.
This is actually an interesting point of contention between the two of us, is that I think evading is garbage. I think that evading is typically a useless action. I think that it just kind of stands to prolong the potentially inevitable. And all of your arguments against it make sense, but I refuse to listen to logic. So.
Yep. The people have heard your reductive analysis, and they're obviously going to side with me. Okay, so I'm mostly focusing on getting clues, and then being able to use my 4 agility to do the typical rogue tricks, backstab, sneak attack. Got Milan in here. I also, which flashcards do I have?
I don't know. I think I was heating up pie while you were making your deck.
Yeah. Can't recall the other two. I guess we'll find out together.
All right, so we do have some extra cards here that were involved in the setup, but we'll get into the setup right now and tell you a little bit about it. This scenario is called Last Call at Roxy's, and as I mentioned, somebody made this, one of the users on the server made this custom scenario based in the Android universe, which is obviously Fantasy Flight's universe, most popularly of the now retired, unfortunately, Netrunner game, but it lives on through some of their other products.
Yes, that it does.
That it does.
So I'll give a little, I'll give you a little rundown of what we've got out here thus far. So we start with all 6 locations that are in this scenario in play right away. We start at Roxy HT's Cabaret. We have each gotten a story asset. We had 4 different options. I chose the Sports Hopper, which gives me +1 agility. It starts in play. It doesn't take up an asset slot. +1 agility, and it has free action during your turn. If you're not engaged with any enemies, you exhaust it, move to a connecting location. It also has reaction when you move to a connecting location. Investigators at your location, also not engaged with enemies, can move with you. So it's just going to be some free movement for both of us.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Provided that we are able to stay unengaged from enemies. You know what helps disengage from enemies?
Tell me what helps you stay disengaged from enemies, Shane.
Evading.
Evading. How about that? Funny how that works. Yeah, that's an excellent asset, and probably the one I would have taken if I had not taken Console, which feels like it was made for Pete and Duke here. Console gives me +1 willpower, which will bring Ashcan Pete's willpower up to a 5, which will certainly help with my shriveling. And then I've also got when you exhaust an asset you control, exhaust Console, spend X resources to ready that asset, where X is the play cost of that asset. So obviously I will be exhausting Duke in order to either fight or investigate, but I can then exhaust Console and spend 2 resources to ready Duke, which will be pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible.
It is pretty incredible.
All right, let's get into the story of this.
Let's do it.
So Android Horror, welcome to part 1 of the Android-themed scenario for Arkham Horror, the card game. It is the future. 2 major corporations have developed and sold their artificial humans, or androids, as cheap labor. Thousands of already impoverished humans have found themselves unemployed. This, combined with their deep mistrust of scientists playing God, has led many lower and middle-class citizens to hate and fear the androids. A group calling itself Human First has sprung up, calling the androids golems, referring to the legendary soulless clay creatures. Human First has attacked the androids on numerous occasions, usually wielding sledgehammers as their weapon of choice, since the androids are often physically resilient. In this hotbed of hatred, fear, and prejudice, the men and women of the New Angeles Police Department attempt to maintain order. Their job isn't easy, since their charter requires them to patrol not only New Angeles, but also the Heinlein moon colony located across the Beanstalk. Nevertheless, they continue to guard the thin blue line between civilization and anarchy, which is from a fan wiki in 2015. A gentleman by the name of Scott Nick. Sounds fake.
God bless him.
Yep. Last call at Roxy's.
That's the sort of thing I would say if that was the sort of thing you said.
Last call at Roxy's. Last week, Roxy Hen Tessie made headlines when her club became the first all-inclusive establishment in New Angeles. The press ate it up as she welcomed all humans, clones, and bioroids with open arms to her little club. But it didn't take a private eye to recognize she merely opened up her pockets while the press gave her all the free publicity she needed to get her cabaret out of the hole. This week, she's making headlines by being a corpse. Extremist group Humanity Labor became the most vocal opposition of Roxy's newfound belief in bioroid equality, going as far as to hack Broadcast Square in a public threat against her life. We have word that one Edward Kim, I'll call that name, is leading the charge on this band of bigotry. The Human First thugs don't like it when we exploit their battle for humanity for personal gain. Bunch of nuts, if you ask me. This ain't all we got. Some think this job was a more personal vendetta. Local starlet, Andromeda, was a friend of Roxy's. They recently had a very public falling out. Seems our dispossessed Risty didn't like Roxy gaining all the attention, stealing the spotlight. But worse than all of this is the lingering mention of Mr. Thomas Haas, resident corporate brat and all-around troublemaker. His mama's got half the town in her pocket, and she protects his dumbass like a baby. Language. He has his toes,
talk like that on this show.
He has his toes dipped in every pool, from corporate to ritzy to seedy. Word has it he's been around since Humanity Labor, the East Side tenements, and even his alma mater, Levy University. If he's involved, then we have a bigger problem on our hands. We need to respond to this quickly and brutally. Captain Beckman. All right.
Nice. Good theme.
Yeah, absolutely loving it so far. So the 3, we're told to start at Roxy Ishii Cabaret, like I said.
Okay.
The 3 suspect cards are put aside out of play, in addition to green level clearance and blue level clearance. And then we're also given the following instruction. Locations that are traded green level security and blue level security. Locations can be entered normally, but they cannot be revealed until a card effect prompts you to do so. Okay. So we can move there, but don't reveal it until prompted to do so.
Okay. This one here is green level, this is blue level, this is green level. Okay, cool.
Okay.
So 2 greens and a blue.
Yep. And then the only other thing in terms of setup is we were told to put the Street Peddler at the Beanstalk.
Okay. The Street Peddler cannot gain Hunter.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So let's draw hands.
Let's do it.
Do that. Let's put that as. Play there. 5.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, I don't want any of that.
Yeah, this seems pretty good.
Ooh, there he is.
I think I'm just going to mulligan one. Yes!
I'm happy with what I did.
Oh, feeling real good.
I'm happy with my choices in life.
Real good. Good.
Beautiful. Alright, so the last thing we have to do is just set up the agenda and act. I'm going to go ahead and read those.
Sure can. Alright, Agenda 1A, last call at Roxy's. The clatter of flashing bulbs and police drones fill the musicless cabaret hall. Roxy lay in a pool of her own blood, illuminated by the neon floor of the stage. On-site DNA testing indicates 3 possible suspects. Edward Kim, lead activist for Humanity Labor, Andromeda, public rival of Roxy's, or Thomas Haas, spoiled rich kid and corporate troublemaker. Forced, if any investigator is tagged, all enemies gain hunter. Ooh, we could get tagged!
Might actually mean something now.
Whatever. All enemies will gain hunter if any investigator is tagged. I guess that would be all enemies except street vendor, or anything else that might come out. This is a doom threshold of 6. And then we've got an Act 1A, Faith in Humanity. Search New Angeles for the truth and bring the suspect to justice. Forced, when an investigator would gain 1 or more clues, move those clues to a set-aside suspect enemy that shares a trait with that location, corporate, ritzy, or seedy. Okay? An investigator would get 1 or more clues, move those clues to a set-aside suspect enemy that shares a trait with the location, I guess the location that they come off of, instead of adding into the investigator's pool. Objective, if there are 3 per investigator or more clues on one of the set-aside suspect enemies, you must advance. So that would be 6 in our case. If there's 6 or more clues on one of the set-aside suspects, we will advance.
Guess let's just consider here.
Throw those down wherever you want.
Set aside.
Chat here. Suspects, alpha holding clues. Yes, someone just throws. I'm guessing that's
okay.
That's the creator
Right there.
Yeah, these are these guys. Cool, perfect, beautiful. Okay, awesome. And then we'll get into these as we we'll find out what those are. Okay, feeling good?
Yeah. Dick's in.
Dick's in. Dick's out. All right, let's do this.
Yes.
I am going to. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay. Maybe I'll go first. Let's see what's going on over here. All right, Roxy's HT Cabaret. This is a ritzy location. The famous Roxy Hen Tessie owned this joint. Someone murdered her here tonight. You're going to find out who and why. All right, we're going to get a shroud value of 2. This is 1 clue per investigator, so 2 total. Forced, when you leave Roxy HT's Cabaret, discard 1 card from your hand. If able, discard 2 cards instead if you are tagged. There, so we know what we're connected to. Since I'm so good at figuring out what we're connected to. Okay. So let's do this. This effect. Okay, cool. It's cool if I start?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I'm going to start with Dark Horse. Pop that out there. And then I am going to, let's throw a Fire Axe out there too. Let's just burn through these resources as quickly as we can. Get them out of there. And then let's investigate with Duke. I'm going to exhaust Duke and investigate. I'm going to investigate with a base skill of 4. I may move to a connecting location immediately before investigating with that effect, which I will not do. So I'm going to do a 4 to a 2 here.
Actually, you are. I know you have a resource.
I do have a resource, yeah.
Yeah, it's your Dark Horse. So
yeah, no, not online. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to 4 to a 2. And that is a tablet. A tablet is -3, so that's a fail. If I fail, randomly discard 1 card from your hand for each copy of Sea Source in your threat area. So I don't have anything, but it did fail. So that is me. Finished.
Okay.
Sure.
You're going to be happy with me here.
Okay.
I'm going to take a resource.
Yeah.
First action.
Mm-hmm.
Second action, spend 6 resources.
It's happening.
Leo DeLuca.
Yes, there he is.
There he is.
That's my boy. That's my favorite opening play.
Get it right here.
Get a resource.
Come on, come on. See the thing. All right, I got 2 actions left. Let's go and investigate.
Okay.
Because that's the thing I'm good at doing. So it's 4-2.
By the way, Twitch has a feature where you can let people know that you're going to have language on your stream, and you have to like click through it in order to get.
So we didn't do that.
Okay. No, we do it. It's on our channel.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, -2 and
-2 if you fail exhaust one enhancement asset you control.
I did not fail.
I did not fail.
I shall not.
Shall not fail.
And let's do it again.
Okay. At a 4-2.
4-2.
Nice. So that is again a -2.
Beautiful. Get them clues.
Nice. Okay.
All day, every day.
Is that for you?
That is it.
Cool. Refresh.
All right, no enemies out there.
I will. I will not take a resource. Actually, you know what? Let's take it. Let's just take that resource. Okay.
Got my other good friend in my hand. It's tough.
Good stuff.
Really tough.
Thank you. All right. Human First Activist. While Human First Activist is at a CD location, it gains +1 combat and +1 evade. It is at a Ritzy location. So spawns, engages with me.
Okay. I have Enhanced Login Protocol. Revelation attached to the location with the most clues and without an Enhanced Login Protocol attached.
It's thick dick Luca, not big dick Luca. Come on. Come on. Get it right.
Get out of our channel. Forced, you must spend an additional action to investigate this location or move from this location. So this gets, I mean, we can put it on.
You get to choose records?
Location with the most clues. They all currently have 0 on us, as far as we know.
Yeah.
So we
and what does it do?
Forced, you must spend an additional action to investigate this location or move from that location.
Sure.
I'll put it there.
Yeah, how do you get rid of it?
But if we need to, you don't.
You don't, yeah. So I'll probably, we're going to need to move out of here.
It stays there and you just get
But versus some of these,
over again.
I guess.
We could just dump it over here.
It's true.
Presumably we might only have to move from there once.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good guess.
Yep.
All right. I'm with you on that.
All right, cool.
Cool, baby.
You want to...
Yeah, I'll start off.
And take care of that boy?
Yeah, I'm going to hit him with my fire axe here. And I'm going to fight. If you have no resources in your resource pool, this attack gets +1 damage. I am going to throw in both of my resources, actually, which +2 to my combat on this. So this is going to be a 6
for each. Oh yeah,
for each of those. Yes. This is going to be a.
Dark Horse is now online.
My Dark Horse is now online, so you're right. That's a 7, and I'm about to deal 1 extra damage if this succeeds. This is a 7 to a 2. I don't think I want to discard any of these yet. Okay. But that is good to know.
Of course, you're going to need to discard to get out of here. So.
Oh, yeah, you're right. To get out of here, or you put it over here?
Oh, yeah, you got to do it here, too. Location.
Discard 1 if able. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I guess I'll...
Oh, you know what? When I get these clues, I was supposed to put them on the suspects.
Oh, right. A Ritzy one, which would be this one. Oh, Andromeda. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. I guess I should go somewhere then. I guess I'll go to the Beanstalk. See what this fella has got for me going on. I can move there, right? Yeah. Let's do that.
Yes, you can.
And then I have to discard a card. I get to choose, though, right?
Yes.
Let's discard. Damn. Discarding the guts. It's rough when that's the worst card in my hand. Okay, and that's me. Oh, I do get to reveal it, though. The New Angel Space Elevator, better known as the Beanstalk, is the single greatest triumph of human engineering and ingenuity in history. The Beanstalk, the route, shroud value of 2, 2 clues, 1 per investigator, sorry. Forced when you leave the Beanstalk, discard 1 card if able, discard 2 cards instead if you were tagged.
Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay. The Street Peddler, I might as well read too. Aloof, cannot gain Hunter. As an action, discard the top 3 cards of your deck. You may put 1 asset into play that was discarded by this effect, reducing its cost by 1. If a weakness is discarded, resolve its revelation effect. As an action, Parlay, spend 3 resources, defeat Street Peddler. When Street Peddler is defeated, gain control of the set-aside blue level clearance asset. Victory 1.
Wow.
Well, now.
Okay. That's probably when I'll be done.
All right. Well, I'll leave you to it then.
I could also just kill him, right?
You could kill him, yes, because when he is defeated, you do gain control of the.
Okay.
Asset.
So, pay money or just kill him. Because he's only a fightable.
Just roll a stick of dynamite into there.
Alright, I won't do that. If that just feels wrong.
Uh-huh.
Alright, I'm just going to move over.
You're a man of conscience.
Move over here. Let's get rid of...
For discovering these clues, we'll put them on Thomas Haas.
Discarding. Oh, come on, Christopher.
No! It's a tough choice.
Feels so bad.
That's a tough choice.
Let's go ahead and...
I made sure you could kill him, he says. Okay, perfect.
I'm just gonna kill this stranger.
The one scenario that I did, I had put on the one character. It's like if he's defeated, discarded, removed from play. I had to put like all these conditions because I was like, because if you get him out of play somehow, it's like you're totally fucked. So I have to make sure that wouldn't
Never happen. Well, I could take 2 resources and then parlay. Get him out of there.
Uh-huh.
Should we do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want.
I mean,
Bottom me none.
blue level clearance sounds good.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Alright, so my 4th action, I moved, took 2 resources, and then I'm going to, parlay to defeat him. And gain control of the... He's worth a victory point.
Boom!
Killing it.
Killing it.
And now old Finn and Thick Dick got blue level clearance.
Like they were meant to. Like a good Lord intended for them to.
Alright, that was it for me.
Okay. Refresh.
Here we go.
Hey. I will take the resource. Hey there.
Like that.
Okay. Good. No enemies?
Nope. We're way past that.
We're way past that. Thank you. Woo! Huh. All right.
I'll put yours on first.
I have C-Source. I have to test 5 evade. If I fail, they add it to my threat area, and I am tagged. This is a peril. I just have to do this. I don't get to... Just telling the audience for the sake of telling the audience.
Yes. Okay.
I guess actually a question I have about peril. Does peril mean that you also wouldn't be able to throw anything into this unless I like explain to you why I would need you to throw something into it? I guess that's one of the things about peril. Like I wouldn't be able to tell you that that's what I have on the card, but I could still request that you throw stuff into it if I needed you to.
I'm honestly not sure about that.
Not sure either. Okay, well, here I go. With C-Source, I am not going to throw anything into it. Let's just do a 3 to a 5. -4. So I take C-Source. It's okay, I was kind of expecting that. And now I am tagged.
While resolving the drawing of an encounter card with the peril keyword, an investigator cannot confer with the other players. Those players cannot play cards, trigger abilities, or commit cards to an investigator skill test while the peril encounter is resolving.
Beautiful. Okay. That answers that question.
And mine places a dome here.
Okay. So I'm tagged now, which means that
Okay.
All enemies.
That's actually 2 doom then.
Oh, because I had to resolve mine first.
Yep.
Yikes. Is that if any investigators tag that too?
Yep. If an investigator's.
Okay.
Yep.
That's exciting.
Now they all have Hunter as well. Okay. It's fine.
Okay. It's fine. I can handle
Everything's
this.
fine here.
Everything's fine. We can handle this.
Are you able to get rid of that?
You have to spend 2 resources though. Which is not what I built this deck for.
Yep.
Okay. So let's do this. Let's get some investigation going here. I will investigate with Duke. Let's do that. Yeah. And that's going to be a 4. Right? Just a 4 to a 2? Yeah. Nothing special there. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, let's do this. Let's throw an Inspiring Presence in there as well. It's going to be a 5 to a 2, and if I'm successful, I can ready an ally. Elder Thing, that's a -3, so that's a success because I drew an extra. If you fail, search the encounter deck for an encounter deck for one copy of Sea Source and add to your threat area.
Okay. That's definitely the longest explanation I've ever seen
Yes.
of any special token.
So I'm going to ready Duke because of the Inspiring Presence. I take this, I put it on Thomas Haas, and I'm going to exhaust Duke and investigate again. Look at me investigating, like a pro. That's a 4. You got anything you can throw in here? 4 to a 2?
Are you with a...
I'm not, because, yeah, I still have the resource from Dark Horse. Because I took it like a fool.
Yeah, good.
But I do need a resource to get rid of Sea Source. You need the resource to get rid of Sea Source. I've always said that. You know?
Yeah.
I've always said that.
It's a handy little mnemonic device.
Pretty sure I got that printed on a sweatshirt.
Right. Knowing your
What do you got for me?
wardrobe, you probably do. Perception. Yep.
Okay, cool. So I'm at a 6. It's a 0. Sweet. Okay, another one on Thomas House.
This dick is out.
And I have one more. Oops, sorry, that guy stays.
Yep.
I have one more action. So you have blue level clearance. Does that mean that anybody can get into there now and reveal it?
I think only me.
Only you. Okay.
They can be entered, but they cannot be revealed until a card effect prompts you to do so. And blue level clearance, I should have done this earlier. It's a permanent. All investigators may reveal blue level security locations.
Wow, cool. All right, with my last move, then I'm going to move into here. I can move there, right? That's a moon, and that's a moon.
I mean, you're generally looking at this is there.
Oh, I got it wrong.
Yep.
So I confirmed that I could get back to here from there.
Yes, correct.
Got it.
Uh-huh.
I'm so good at this.
You are.
I'm so good at knowing.
We should start like a YouTube channel where we're playing this game.
All right, Levy University. Corporate Ritzy CD, blue level security. As an action, I can test an intellect of 7 to hack the terminal. If successful, place 1 doom on the current agenda. This can cause the current agenda to advance, and take 1 horror, reveal Levy University. Interesting. But we get to bypass that because we have blue level clearance. That's pretty cool. I like that effect. That's neat. And this is a Shroud of 2. 2 clues here, 1 per investigator. While you're at Levy University, reduce the cost of the first tome or insight card you play this round by 1. As an action, draw 1 card. This action does not trigger attacks of opportunity. Neat. Okay. It's also got a victory of 1 on it.
Okay.
So there's 1, 2, and that's my turn. All 3 of my actions. I'm feeling good.
Well, all right.
Feeling real good. Except for this Sea Source. Not feeling good about that.
It's bad. Bad juju. All right.
It's bad juju.
A lone wolf for 1.
Should I put out my arrows here?
What? Yes, you should.
Uh-huh.
Yes, do it.
I bought them, so I'm going
Do
to
it.
use them. I earned this.
This is why I work.
This is why I work. For the money to buy things.
I wooden arrows for my board game. All right, then I'm going to exhaust Sports Hopper to I am not engaged with an enemy. During your turn, if you're not engaged with an enemy and exhausted, to move to a connecting location. Hey, bud.
Hi.
When we left here,
Oh, yeah. My fire axe is going to go.
you have to discard 2.
Why?
Because you're
I'm tagged. This is
Yes.
terrible.
And I am going to get rid
Right.
of...
I'm going to discard my other copy, of Perseverance. This is terrible news.
Well, I'm going to get rid of...
Where's Madame LeBranche?
you handled this one. I really wanted to have that in there, surprise for
Because
you.
you're a fuck, that's why. Because you're a fucking
You're damn
jerk.
right I am. You and your fucking dog can take care of this one.
You and your damn dog.
Alright, so one action was to play Lone Wolf, so I got 3 more actions. So I will investigate. Okay. So we will just straight up do a 4 to 2. Yep, 4 to 2. Hey.
Hey, look at you. Corporate.
Boom. Whoops.
Oh, actually, that is a corporate, ritzy, and seedy. You can put it wherever you want, friend.
Well, we only advance the act when we have
Get on one of them, so we should.
6 clues
Yeah.
on one of them. So we need to make a decision.
So this is all 3. This is seedy and ritzy.
Okay.
This is seedy. And this is seedy and corporate.
Okay.
So far we've got none on seedy.
Standard.
My vote is ritzy.
Okay. That's a vote.
Yes.
And
I love that you put that faith in me.
Oh,
Makes me feel real good.
Down in my cockles. Your cockles.
My subcockle area.
It's feeling in his cockles. All right. When will it get old?
Probably soon.
Okay. I'll stop. 4 to 2. It's a hoodie figure. So that's -2.
Going there?
You seem really into Ritzy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's do it.
Good. I don't know. Were you about to fucking play? Here, you take this shit on me.
Possibly.
You're about to push me into the line of fire.
Depends.
You're about to open him.
All right. Well, that was.
Trying to grief me, man.
I got one more action. I'm gonna take a resource. I'm gonna grief deck you.
Yeah. I know your tricks. I've seen you. I know you.
All right. That's okay. Investigator phase. No enemies out there, so we're ready.
There she is. I will take the resource.
Draw a book. Draw a card. The resource.
Blush.
I am one poor rogue. I'll tell you what.
All right. One doom.
Yep.
Taking a card.
Oh, I hope it's not a willpower test.
No.
What's the effect on that guy? Anything interesting?
That's the human first activist. I'm sorry. I was figuring out how I was going to dispatch it with him. This is one I've gotten before.
Okay.
While he is at a CD location, he gains a plus to his combat and to his evade, and he is at a CD location right now.
So it's a 3, 2, 3.
He's at 3, 2, 3. You got it.
Got it. All right.
I think I'm all right. I think I can handle that.
I got